I don't know if this is
what Wade said.
Andrew Tate himself or someone tweeting on his behalf, but apparently he has made a tweet today to update the case. UK can try, but it can't stop me from tweeting. And this was the, 6-minute rant he went on. I think I showed it in yesterday's video, or maybe I didn't, but where he was talking about in the British government and how it's corrupt and they're not taking care of the things they need to take care of and all these different immigration issues and blah, blah, blah.
You are the least obvious Mossad agent of the bunch.
He's probably
good job,
cooked, man.
If
these new charges are actually provable, dude, they gave him 42 new charges.
Okay.
42. I do want to see what SNEAKO said about it, though. Because SNEAKO is like #1 Andrew Tate op right now. Let's take a look.
At the time, I did believe it. I believed that they were innocent, but you look into it more.
That is a crazy picture of him. Holy fucking cooked.
And you look into what the lover boy method is, and you look into what that is. They literally said that they were recruiting women to pimp them out. They had a course talking about how you could become a pimp. Word for word, they just spell out exactly what the lover boy method is. They say, this is how you do it. If you want a girl to fall in love with you so that you could traffic her.
Hey, say what you want about SNEAKO and whatever kind of content he's making now. His impressions are MMA guru level good. He's very, very good at this stuff. Now, is SNEAKO being a full-on switch up here? Yeah, probably a little bit.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Someone said,
do you
was
have
SNEAKO
a
not a
playbook?
pimp with his ex he was watching? SNEAKO was like the #1 rider for Andrew the Tate in their whole, Romanian prison time. And he was the one that always said, I fought for you. I was the, I told everyone you're innocent. Now he's saying they're guilty. This is, I think, kind of what SNEAKO does, though. This is kind of what he does. He's a bit of a flip-flop with this stuff. First he was manosphere, and now he's, respect all women. First he was make America great again. Now it's fuck Trump and everything he stands for. It's like, there's a little bit of that flop going on. But, I mean, he probably would know better than most about the inner workings of this stuff, seeing as him and Tate talked for a good amount before they had their big falling out and everybody had a hissy fit over them playing the Hitler song. So it's not like Tate's story has changed. Well, Tate, of course, he's going to maintain his innocence, but the big thing that the Tate brothers wanted, I think, again, I could be misremembering, was they wanted to face their accusers or at least know who they were, and the UK courts wouldn't deliver on that because they thought the Tate brothers would dox them or, put their information out and have their fans going like harass them or whatever. And so they never actually got to the point where they got into court, left the country, whatever. So now they're going to have to face those charges. SNEAKO is SNEAKO first. Oh, yeah.
Buy my course and I'll teach you how. So first, you make her fall in love with you. You have sex with her. Then you program her. Then you take her passport and she's in love with you. Then you put her on OnlyFans. It's like, that's what the lover boy method.
It's a good impression, man. You got to give it up. I get that, but the Loverboy method is not a new claim. SNEAKO's known about it the whole time. That's what I'm saying. He's flip-flopping. But that Loverboy thing, the Loverboy method, that does sound like prostitution and potentially sex trafficking. That's what it sounds like. Now, the whole other, the side of things and potentially minors being involved with this, I don't know. But you can see how this looks very Epstein-like. You can see how this is a similar operation, potentially, as what was run by, Jeffrey Epstein.
Also, one of the major developments, he wasn't charged with having images of child abuse on his phone.
Does that not sound exactly
Allegedly.
the same? It does to me.
It is, word for word. That's what pimping is, allegedly. I don't know what I'm talking about, allegedly. To a T, that's exactly what pimping is, and they just did it online.
Unity.
And they did it in Europe with
you
white
larked
women.
too hard and isolated yourself. You don't have real opinions.
Okay, and you're still here. Yeah, you know who is on the same side about this? We got Jake Shields, Owen Benjamin I speak to every day, Dan Bilzerian speak to every day. There are a lot of people on the right side of this, and we just have to, we got to trim the weeds to get the snakes out the grass. There's a reason you're here. You're seething, and you're here because you know that I got the truth, bro. I'll do the best I can do. And, we have Daniel Akikachu, we got Mohammed Hijab, got Muslim Lantern. There are so many people. We have Warner, obviously, Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia. So many people. It's just that this movement has been subverted by Mossad agents, feds, and little Mexican midgets. So you just gotta clean out the attic.
Look at that too. What's so funny is that the Tate started grifting the white supremacists, like the white incels, the skin worshippers. They literally got rich pimping out European white women because they were better for money. Like they made more money. Do you think that they were pimping out Asian girls and black girls? No, they moved to Romania because the crimes, they thought they were going to get away with it. They said, Romania's the third world country. I could be a mob boss. I'm a mafia. I could bribe the police. I'm like the cartel of Romania. That's why.
I can't help but laugh because that shit is funny, man. I'm sorry. Epstein method on him.
Wait, this is the most content creators. He's laughing at.
SNEAKO is the most soulless kid.
Okay.
No matter how much you pray, can't get that rotten soul back.
Okay. Right here, Wade is laughing really hard at my joke, and he's be like, "I'm sorry." Why are you sorry? You just laugh, dude. It's like he feels like he's not even allowed to enjoy my content.
Can't help but laugh because that shit is funny, man. I'm sorry. Epstein method on a budget. Someone says, so then how is SNEAKO any better than all those government officials who were covering up for Epstein with a much smaller scale? He was doing the same thing. I'm not.
Yeah, I made a mistake, bro. I made a mistake, and it's the red pill manosphere thing was kind of a cult. I'll be real about this. I hope somebody clips in and understands. I've been saying that the red pill was dead for 3 years. 3 years. They closely associate me with the manosphere because of things like the Netflix documentary with Louis Theroux. Watch that documentary. I denounced the red pill in that Netflix documentary that was recorded in 2025, early 25, and was released earlier this year. I said red pill was dead when I debated the red pill godfather in 2023 because he was saying that you need to get a vasectomy to be a high value man. I was going back and forth with Andrew Tate about white supremacy for 2 years now, and he threatened to end my career because I called him a Jew. I've been saying this stuff. People just don't choose to see it. And also the perception, especially when I'm banned, it sticks in the hands of other people. They manipulate and change my image. And I didn't have a chance to defend myself on major platforms. I've been saying this, and people who've been watching my streams know exactly what my rhetoric is. But it seems like now people are finally getting there because we're reaching more people.
Saying that SNEAKO's right for covering for Andrew Tate. Anybody that was like acting like Tate was innocent before they had information, or if they had information, like apparently SNEAKO does or did, that he wasn't.
Look, the new information was that he had child abuse images, allegedly. All right. Also, I didn't fully understand pimping and human trafficking in the definition. I really believe that they were on the side of truth.
Innocent, and they were covering it up. You're just as bad as the people that are, covering for the file, right? You're just as bad. But this impression's fucking hilarious. And I mean, listen, is it better late than never when coming out to talk about these kind of things? Is it better late than never that SNEAKO has decided to put out, allegedly, the truth about what Andrew Tate was actually doing and pimping out these girls and running a sex trafficking operation and taking it from the UK to potentially doing it in Romania? I think it's a good thing if it's true to get the word out there and put these scumbags behind bars. Again, I don't know that any of this is true. I don't know any of it, but that's what, they're going to get their day in court and the evidence will be presented. There's people that have done deep dives on this. I know my boy True Jordy has done deep dives on some of the victims' claims, and they're pretty brutal. They are pretty brutal. But yeah, SNEAKO saying whites are better in a roundabout way. Listen, I'm not here to do the white supremacy talk or whatever ethnicity stuff, but I know that's a big thing between SNEAKO and I don't know if it's Andrew Tate or Nick Fuentes or whoever, but SNEAKO just kind of proved that the white women were the desirable ones. I don't know. But anyway,
dude, I didn't say that whites are superior. I'm saying that they make for the best prostitutes in a pimping operation because they're easier to manipulate. Like the black pimps will have been saying this since the 70s. Also, they're the most desired from Indians who pay a lot of money, or anybody who pays to watch porn.
And if any of this is true, what SNEAKO's saying, then like I said, the Tates are cooked. They're cooked. Why is this guy wearing a suit? I don't know. All these political streamers are now wearing suits. I kind of, again, hate on Nick Fuentes.
Why are you wearing a suit? Why is this? Dude, why are you putting on a suit? Get naked. Put on a tank top now.
All you want. He was the first guy doing
and
that.
I'm saving my pickle for a special boy, Nicholas Judas Fwepstein.
Arriba!
He's wearing suits. I think SNEAKO, though, I think it was Fuentes that said it. I think SNEAKO wants to be Malcolm X. That's what this is. I think he idolizes Malcolm X and wants to be him. And I think that's why he rocks the white and black suit like that. Either that or he wants to be an extra in Men in Black when it comes back. If you don't have info and you're backing your boy, that's different. SNEAKO is shitting on the idea of Loverboy method. Now he's using the same argument. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's scumbag behavior. Yeah, I agree. If SNEAKO knew that this shit was going on and still defended the Tates, and now he's flipping, and you were a scumbag for defending the Tates, for sure. The information now being true, if it is, and you saying it out loud, better late than never, I guess, better late than never, but still.
They move there. 1. 2, for the women, because they know white women are the best clientele, or they make the best prostitutes for Indians jerking off.
If I want to be a Muslim, do I have to give up listening and playing music?
Okay, someone clip this too. Understand, being a Muslim means that you worship God and God alone. Muslim does not mean you have to be perfect. People have this expectation that, wait, if I'm Muslim, Do I need to be the best person, perfect person ever? No, everyone sins every single day. But you have to make an active decision to try to be the best you can be, right? Even at the time of the companions and the Sahaba, a lot of them were still drinking. Drinking is a sin, but drinking alcohol does not mean you're not Muslim. Should you drink alcohol? No. The expectation is not that you are immediately perfect and wiped of sin, but that you make an active decision every day to be the best person you could be. That you worship God the way he wants to be worshipped, the way that he expects you to worship him. That's it. Are we going to make mistakes? Yeah, bro. Yes. You don't need to give up everything. Don't. Even when Islam was revealed, do you understand the fatwa was not issued to give up alcohol yet? It took a long time, months and almost years. And eventually, when Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that alcohol is forbidden, then they dumped it in the street and they let it run away and everyone poured out their alcohol. But immediately it wasn't, because he understood that for people to give up their old habits immediately is impossible. It takes a long time for people to get rid of their routine, especially when they're living within falsehood. Even that, I reverted 3.5 years ago. Do you think that immediately it's very hard, bro. But it's a process, and every day you try to do the best you can do.
Two black men move to Eastern Europe, predominantly white country, to pimp out white women, destroying the birth rate, and then now the skin worshippers are like, yeah, he's one of me. Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you gotta act like you don't love this content? He loves the content, bro. It's fine, dude.
On the soundboard now, dude. We got farts on the soundboard, son.
Yeah, you fall for anything. Like, you guys, well, all you have to say is a couple things about.
Dude, all I have to do is play a fart on the soundboard and Wade is dying. Bro, all I do is wait. Oh, Wade, Wade, bro.
And then immediately you could just, retweet Tommy Robinson, you're good. Not only that, as you're saying, Me Too feminist movement. The Me Too movement, what was that, 2016? A lot of that was completely
SNEAKO's life is waking up and waffling
The reason that a lot of people, and even me at the time, thought that this was a Matrix attack was because of that. All right, people.
So he then at the end says he thought it was a Matrix attack. I mean, listen, I don't know anybody that's super close to Andrew Tate. I don't know. So I don't know if we're going to get any more detailed information. I know Fuentes is out there saying free Andrew Tate. So that's probably not a good indicator of where of what his audience.
Oh, is Wade Pablo pilled? Wade's Pablo pilled. Wade escaped the Matrix.
This is gonna do. But that whole beef between them has been very weird. Tate was like saying SNEAKO wanted to fuck him. It's all weird. But if what SNEAKO's saying is true, number one, he's a scumbag for covering it up. If he knew this shit was happening, if he knew they were actually sex trafficking people. And you can't fall behind the excuse of, well, I didn't believe it at the time, but now I believe it. You believe it, why? Because you're on the different side of the aisle than he is? Because you got beef? If you knew the information and you knew it to be true, but now you've just come to this realization, I don't believe that. But regardless, if that is true, the Tates are cooked. Flat out cooked. We'll see. We'll see if the UK government actually can prosecute them. And if these claims are true, if they hold up in court, that'll be one of the most
more alleged proof
talked about in streamed cases this year, so we're definitely going to be on that. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. SNEAKO is saying the Tates are cooked. They did act as pimps. They did.
SNEAKO did. SNEAKO played the song.
Did sex traffic people, allegedly, and that SNEAKO knew about it, or at least he now knows about it, or believes it. And he knew their methods, and he knew exactly how they did it.
Okay, kind of a fence-sitting YouTube commentator position. Angular.